everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's the Eagles going up against the Bengals. So let's send you up now to the Queen City of Cincinnati. Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. And you know, Charles, as Larry pointed out in the open, got a couple of great quarterbacks set to square off here this afternoon. That ball's probably going to be flying all over the place, isn't it?
Oh, without a doubt. And the game has never been more quarterback-centric than it is now. And both of these teams have top-flight signal callers.
Caleb Sturgis now to do the honors and get us started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. On the return, it's Alex Erickson. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here's a look at Andy Dalton as he brings the Cincinnati Bengals onto the field coming off a 5-point loss to Baltimore. Just over 50% for Dalton in that game, 26 of 48, and certainly he's missing A.J. Green.
Of that, there is zero doubt because A.J. Green opens things up for everyone else on offense because you've got to kick coverages towards him. If you don't, he'll run past you, and he also has the ability to catch it short and take it deep and runs intermediate routes as well as anyone in the league. So without him, you're able to focus more on other players, and they are able to clamp down on the other receivers.
They'll run for the first time with Hill. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards on the pickup, and the Bengals are going to have a first down. Gio Bernard, of course, done with the torn ACL, unfortunately. Jeremy Hill in Week 12 did a nice job in the passing game, 61 yards, Charles, but only 21 yards running the ball.
And that's the issue for the Cincinnati Bengals because they are built to run the ball first, and that establishes their tone. That is their identity. And when they don't get that going and they have to resort to throwing it 48 times, it often leaves them in a tough position.
They stick on the ground on first down with Hill. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. So Jeremy Hill got the call there, and he's trying to pick his yardage back up. 2 years ago, Charles, he was over 1,100. Last year, below 800.
Just never got going with any consistency throughout the 2015 season. You know his determination is sky high for this one.
2nd down following the run. Dalton with a give to Hill. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And it's Graham here, the one who is still down. And looks like he's in some pain. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. From midfield here, Dalton. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he's brought down. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And it'll give the Bengals a first down. So we have now seen connection number 1 between Dalton and Adriel Jeremiah A.J. Green.
Say that again?
Adriel Jeremiah.
Look at you. You are full of knowledge and information. And you know something? I bet Andy Dalton learned his full name as well because he figured out quickly, this is going to be my #1 target. I got to know this guy in a big way.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Second down, Dalton. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And Eifert, who's a native of Fort Wayne, Indiana, 68 yards and a touchdown grab in Week 12.
And they were so happy to get him back. Remember, he got hurt in the Pro Bowl last year, and then he got another injury during the season as he tried to return to active duty. Once he got on the field, they loved having him because he becomes that extra target to take pressure off of A.J. Green and make big plays. But now he's become a primary receiver, and they'll cover him differently.
Now a former Tar Heel, Giovanni Bernard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Mike Nugent now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
And if you didn't know what school Carson Wentz came from, if you didn't know he had played at a 1AA or FCS level, and you looked at his measurables, you would say, now that's what a quarterback's supposed to look like. 6'5", nearly 240 pounds, with the ability to run the football as well. He has the goods.
On the ground, the first carry for Ryan Matthews. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And the tight end, Zach Ertz, is key in this offense as we get a look at the starters.
Comes out of the factory known as Stanford, which keeps putting out tight ends. Zach Ertz, one of the better ones we've seen in recent years.
And on 2nd and 10 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
For a guy who went to college as a quarterback, Ryan Matthews has turned into quite the power runner if he could only stay healthy. But his numbers would be huge, I think.
His numbers so far, 2 times over 1,000 yards with the Chargers, 5 years there now in his second year with the Eagles. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They go play action here on first down. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. The defensive starters now for Cincinnati.
Carlos Dansby is a versatile linebacker, comfortable at either outside or inside, and always a respected team leader.
Ten yards still left on second down. They go play action for Matthews. Now Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good pickup there at 20 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And now a first down following that long gain. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Still first down.
The penalty on first down backs him up 5. It's now first down at 15.
Here we go.
Wins to throw again. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 13 yards there, offset some of the penalty yardage as it's second down. And, Charles, let me ask you about this defense. I mean, it's been a tough year for Cincinnati in general, 3-7-1. Defensively, though, how have they held up?
I think they've held up pretty darn well, because when you look at the defense and you look at their scores throughout the season, they're in just about every game. Look at what happened with Baltimore. They're right there. I mean, the field goals that Justin Tucker kicked for Baltimore were really the difference in the game. The offense is just struggling moving the ball. And you've got players on every level on defense for Cincinnati. Carlos Dunlap, Vontaze Burfict, Drake Kirkpatrick. They've got guys that can play. They just can't get over the hump this season. The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
So now on 4th down, the Eagles will hand things over to their field goal kicker, and that's Caleb Sturgis. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
Now it's Sturgis converted on the field goal. Now he'll send this one away on the kickoff. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Again, it's Hill. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. And here are the starters. Charles, what are your thoughts on Jeremy Hill?
He provides a thump in this offense. A great runner who goes inside and establishes a tone for his team.
Third down and 3.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Everyone's got 4 down. Hey, 380. 380.
They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. They set up the screen to Hill. Always got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Play fake to Hill. Dalton. All kinds of time. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Let's see what the defense dials up here. 3rd and 4. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. 3rd down from the gun. Dalton. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a 1st down.
Now Dalton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 14 there. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage. And that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Bernard churning, and he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Second down, Dalton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And the defense now for the Eagles.
Benny Logan has the body of a defensive end, but the skill set of a defensive tackle is very difficult for offensive guards to block.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now whistles and a flag. And I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And Eifert has it. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1.
Tyler Eifert has become one of the most reliable red zone targets in the league. Personally, I think he's one of the most reliable targets, period, and there's no doubt Andy Dalton's going to look for him in this situation.
They'll run it with Hill. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game.
And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. From the 4, it's 2nd and goal. Hill to try again. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Jeremy Hill, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Nugent on now for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a Jeremy Hill touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Mike Nugent now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Toe bashed it. Super toe.
They begin the drive with Ryan Matthews. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Just 2 yards to go here on 2nd down for the offense. They come up in an offset eye. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Geno Atkins was back and fully healthy in 2015, and when he's like that, he is hard to move.
And a nice tackle for loss there. 17 of those last year, which was 2nd among all D tackles.
And following in the footsteps of his dad, Gene Atkins, a former NFL defensive back.
On 2nd down, Ryan Matthews. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've hit the end of quarter 1. 14-3, that's our score. We'll return to Cincinnati after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. Here's the option going right. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. George Iloka, the one that comes up to make the tackle.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll run it with Sproles. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved.
False start, offense.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Can't find anyone open. Looking for Green. Beckham, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Getting ready to go again. Here's Andy Dalton marching back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. And not great starting field position here for the offense.
Hey.
They come up in an offset eye.
380.
They begin the drive with Hill. And he's got some space here. And he'll cut it out to the sideline. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 33 yards.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Dalton, 1st and 10. This one brought in by the rookie. It's Tyler Boyd. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. 2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there, pick up the first down.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They run it again with Hill. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. Green's got it over the middle. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
Dalton now to pass. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. So here's the 2014 Pro Bowler. That's Kevin Huber on to kick this one away. Back deep is Darren Sproles. And he'll keep this one away from Sproles as this is angled toward the sideline. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this one up to the 26. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They go play action for Matthews. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback right in the face of him puts him down.
And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on 3rd down after that sack. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And he's back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack.
Holding offense.
Here's Donnie Jones now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. Here's Jones. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. 1st and 10 for Dalton. Surveying the field. Going to throw right side here. Complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. For 5 yards on the play there, it's a drive will continue.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And Dalton hands to Hill. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, Hill. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So 3rd and inches, trying to pick it up the middle. He had nowhere to go, tackled for a loss.
And you know how we talk about double A-gap pressure, meaning linebackers going in the gap between the center and the guard on either side? Well, it's not always to get to the passer. Sometimes you do that to prevent a running play. Worked pretty well in that situation.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a little fortunate there because that one was definitely leaking right.
Without a doubt. Maybe about the width of a football or so inside that right upright. But he got it to go.
Back out Nugent now after the field goal as he'll send it away. On the return, it's Kenyon Barner. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. The veteran Carlos Dansby in on the stop.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. On second down, here's Wentz. They shakes him off. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Peko breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big. But sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz. And even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Yeah, they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. A dump off to Sproles. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here's Donnie Jones now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Bengals take possession. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On the counter, it's Hill. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Nice stiff arm.
Underused, but still effective.
And all the way down to the 37.
That, quite simply, is Jeremy Hill. A very powerful, compact back.
He's always been that. Even back at LSU, that's where he honed that skill, right?
Love to run between the tackles and take the contact as well as dish it out.
So it'll be first down here after the run. Hill, the lone setback. And he'll get it up the middle. And some space here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
At the end of big-time seasons where runners have those special, magical years, you know he gets rewarded. It's the offensive lineman. He's going to buy them gifts that they're going to commemorate the year and show his appreciation and thanks. This drive is going towards that because he's locked in, they're locked in. The only thing that's left now is to try and find a way to finish it in the end zone.
Wide 20. Wide 20.
And once again, Hill, he's been busy. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The veteran Connor Barwin in on the stop.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And now to the air. Dalton to the left side here for Eifert. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Back now. As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Yeah, thank you. Third down now following the completed pass. They look to throw on third with Dalton. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The extra point coming now for Nugent. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. After the touchdown, here's Mike Nugent now to kick this one away. Now it's Barner. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
Wentz now on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for.
All right, Brandon, we've got a minute here. Let's talk about some of the top performers from last week. And I'm going to start with Tyreek Hill with the Kansas City Chiefs. What he did, phenomenal. The first rookie since Gale Sayers in 1965. Rushing touchdown, receiving touchdown, return touchdown.
Who else you got?
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and Mike Evans, the wide receiver with Tampa Bay. Over 1,000 yards again in a season. He's done it every year he's been in the league. His first 3 seasons, he's joining some really nice company. And last but not least, don't leave out the defenders. How about the sack duel we had? Von Miller of the Broncos, Justin Houston of Kansas City. 3 sacks each in their great game.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. They come out here in the eye. Here's Sproles. And not a whole lot. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh, what a move. Still on his feet. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. Hey, that incompletion gives me a second to say I'm sorry, because last week I knocked your yams, and my mom made a casserole with yams, and it was spectacular on Thanksgiving, as was the football. It's a great 3 games.
No one knocks the yams first and foremost, and I want to thank your mom for making that casserole and turning you around. But look at the games we had. Minnesota, Detroit, 4th quarter comeback for Detroit once more. They got a big win. How about the second game? Washington at Dallas. Well, I can win it. And then the last game, Big Ben, once again a monster performance against the Colts.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bengals defense readies as they head onto the field. Their stay on the field last time was short-lived with a 3 and out. See if they can get some more of that.
And ordinarily you want to be on the field playing, right? But 3 and outs, that's almost gold to a defense. Get to the bench, get some rest, turn the ball over to your offense.
We'll see what they can do here. See if they can force another 3 and out. Carry now for Ryan Matthews. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Bengals are happy to be sitting in the locker room with a lead. The Eagles won't panic either. They know they just need to take it one play at a time. Here we go. Let's do this. Here's your first half highlights. Bengals with the football early first. Dalton's going to complete the pass, and it's caught for the score. They strike first in the half. Bengals have it at the 4. Hill's going to head outside to the right, and he'll take this 4 yards for the score. Bengals push their lead to 11. Eagles come out on 3rd and 4. Third down from inside the 20. A.J. Green is found on the quick pass. And it's caught for the touchdown. Bengals up now by 21. So that's it for us at the EA Sports Studio. We'll go back now to Cincinnati for the start of the second half.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Second half starts with a run by Ryan Matthews. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They'll get 16 yards there. And it'll be a Philadelphia first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Fresh set of downs here. On first down, Wentz. And Matthews has it right side. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Here's Donnie Jones now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And now working their way back onto the field, the Eagles defense. They have a little something to build off of from last time with a 3-and-out.
And what they have to build off of, great confidence right now. Being able to stuff someone on a 3-and-out, you feel like you're in control now. You're doing the dictating. They want to see if that can continue as this game progresses.
Will it continue? We'll see. Now Hill. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
So Dalton now to the left side here for Eifert. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
This is Hill. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3.
Hey. 4 down. Check 50.
A play fake to Hill. Dalton going up top. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd and short.
There's no shyness there pushing the ball downfield, but I like the coverage on the play. In good position. And when you have a 50-50 ball, who's going to come down with it? I like the way that he made the play, came across, and knocked it away.
Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3. Now carry number 20 here for Hill. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a 1st down.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
Here's Donnie Jones now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Jones on the return. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Jeremy Hill now gearing up to go again as he marches back onto the field. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
Blue 10. Blue 10.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And over the middle, it's LaFell. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Second down to the offense, needing 5 yards. Hill, the lone setback. 2nd down, Dalton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Jeremy Hill was the one he was trying to hit there, and it's 3rd and 5. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Here's Dalton. He's got time in the pocket. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
So this brings up a 2nd and 2. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 13 yards there on the pickup, and that leads to a Philadelphia first.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Toss play to Sproles. And some room to maneuver. And he cuts it out to the sideline. It's a big play there for the Eagles. And even 50 yards on the ground. Well, they know they've got a good starter. Now the guy coming in to spell him shows he can run it pretty good as well.
And I think he appreciates the starter, wearing people down, tiring them out a little bit. He took full advantage, didn't he? Came in with fresh legs and carried the ball.
And now the offense operates in the red zone.
Detroit!
5 yards to go for the offense. First, and he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Darren Sproles, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. We focus our attention now on the Eagles defense. They're hoping to keep this margin right where it is, trailing third quarter. Don't want to get down anymore.
You're exactly right. They're in no position to give up any more points. They have to keep it in a spot where if their offense does catch a spark and get hot, they've got a chance to come back and win this game.
I guess the word manageable, you always want to keep it manageable, right?
Make sure that the game doesn't get away, and mentally you look up at the scoreboard and say, there's no chance of us coming back.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Hill, the lone setback. He's going to get the football. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
But it was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on 3rd down. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. He's got time. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Now Sproles. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles take possession. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that what
he would have kept it on the ground.
Let's go! 319!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
When you put together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Getting set to go again, Andy Dalton marches back onto the field. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
They'll hand it off now. Hill. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
2nd and 5. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Hill. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right. Everyone's got 4.
They come up in an offset eye. So Dalton now. That is caught at the 7-yard line. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1.
And they pick up a 1st down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he is is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Jeremy Hill, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Not only touchdown number 2 for him, but a big run to boot. However, still trailing.
Still trailing, but not because of his efforts. Boy, he's playing really well, and I love his long speed there, right? Able to get out there and burst all the way to the end zone, and smart enough to keep the ball in his hands and get into the end zone for the touchdown. In 2016, on all levels of football, we're seeing guys dropping before the goal line. What's the rule, Brandon? Run into the goal post.
That's right.
Before you drop the ball.
That.
There you go.
So that drive, 4 plays, and it ends with a Jeremy Hill touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Mike Nugent now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. This Bengal defense now making their way back out onto the field. Forced the fumble last time, up on the scoreboard, things going their way.
Things are rocking easy now, and they feel good about themselves, confident, taking the ball away in the last possession. They're going to try and do it again.
So let me ask you, can you be playing free and that can be good, or it can also become bad, right?
I like the way you put it. You're exactly right. It can work both ways. Sometimes you get too loose and give up big plays and not handle your responsibilities. But oftentimes when you're playing free and easy and locked in, as they are today, you see the end result.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 on the pickup there. And it'll be a Philadelphia first down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
One receiver left, 2 to the right.
All right, now look at 56.
Throwing on first is Wentz. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Now a 20th carry for Ryan Matthews. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And you would have to think an obvious passing situation here on 3rd and 9. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And that brings up 4th down.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football. But today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly.
Here's Donnie Jones now. He's been terrific so far. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
4 down, check. 4 down, 4 down. Hey, blue 10, 14 move.
Now a handoff. Here's Hill. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
They go play action here on first down. Finding time. And a scary incompletion. Almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum. Big play right in his hands. Unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. Dalton throwing on second down. Surveying the field. Underneath here to Hill. It'll be a pickup of only a yard. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3/4 of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on third down. Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? He's got time in the pocket. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Sproles, the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
On first down, Wentz. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So the offense lining up 1st and 10. Wentz now on 1st down. He's got time. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Man left, man left. Everyone's got four down. Set, 3-19.
Wentz to throw again. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking to hit Ryan Matthews there out of the backfield, and it's 3rd and short. Three yards left to grab here on 3rd down. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. And able to complete it to Green Beckham. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. One receiver left, 2 to the right. 3-19. Wentz now on 1st down. A dump off to Smallwood. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
In the red zone this time.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
From the red zone now, Wentz. That is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Brent Selleck, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles get a score closer.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Point after now from Sturgis. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. And on the return, here comes Adam Jones. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Eagles defense. They worked their way back onto the field. They were able to force the 3-and-out last time, led to the punt, and then led to a touchdown for their crew. So they'll be looking for a little bit more of that, Charles.
Well, I think that they created the spark with the 3-and-out. Gave a little momentum to their offense. They say, all right, appreciate it, guys. And they took the ball downfield and stuck it in the end zone.
And that defense wasn't out there long. They'll be trying to keep it short here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. Second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Dalton throwing on second down. And over the middle, it's LaFell. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, there really wasn't much there, but a completion is a completion. A tough third down awaits them.
Let's see if the defense tries any pressure here on 3rd and 8. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded at the 20. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And out come the Eagles. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. A dump off to Sproles. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 14 there. And the Eagles are going to have a first down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
On first down, Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Tight end right.
Here we go. 3-19.
Wentz will try again on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now Wentz on third down. Finding time. And he hits his man, Matthews. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Red zone opportunity.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now Wentz again. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
6 yards still to go here on second and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, two-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Big play here. Third down and goal from the 2. No gain on the play that time. So a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
Brandon, it's easy to make decisions from right up here where we are, right in the cheap seats, but let's be frank about this one. This isn't even a decision as far as I'm concerned. They have to go for it here. Field goal does you almost no good as time's running out in the game. If you want to win, you have to be aggressive here.
And Sturgis able to knock it through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach, but it kept the offense out of the end zone.
Now it's Sturgis converted on the field goal. Now he'll send this one away on the kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. First and 10 for Dalton. He gets this one to Boyd. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Dalton throwing on second down. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 38 yards. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. On the ground, this is Hill. And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Dalton with a give to Hill. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Third down from the gun. Dalton. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come up in an offset eye. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Second down, Dalton. Green's got it over the middle. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. So Dalton now. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And Nugent puts it through, and that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give them some breathing room and lets them build up a little cushion.
Back out Nugent now after the field goal as he'll send it away. This one fielded at the 5.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Wentz now on 1st down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. A good start there on 1st down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And incomplete.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Aguilar has it. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that 1st down pass.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Wentz now on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 14 there. And that leads to a Philadelphia 1st. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now a play fake here on first down. Surveying the field. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Matthews, 44 yards. And the Eagles are back within a score.
And they put it in the end zone, which was job one. Now they have to convert. And then it's decision time, isn't it?
Yeah, this is what all teams go through. You look at the clock, you're inside 2 minutes. Look at your timeouts. Make that onside kick decision.
Yeah, how do you feel about your defense, where you are in terms of the scoreboard and the time left on the clock, as you noted? So many things to go through.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. Five plays there on that drive. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Hill, the lone setback. He'll get the football here. And he'll get this one. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And ready now for 2nd and 9. They'll run it with Hill, and they will stop. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. That's taken on the 25. Whoosh. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. He gets it to Matthews, complete. 22 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Eagles. Look things up here, going with some tempo. Over 50 seconds to go. He's back to throw. Complete on the right side to Green Beckham. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. And now the spike with 36 seconds left to go. So 2nd and 10 here. He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 8 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
He was trying to get that one to Darren Sproles, and it's 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Giving to the big tight end on 4th. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area, because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues.
False start. Offense.
To throw. ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. And we may very well be headed to overtime. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So we saw a lot of points. Overtime comes. The defenses, they clamp down.
Rather amazing, isn't it? Because would you have even thought that we get to overtime after what we witnessed for 4 quarters?
Not at all.
And have 0 points on either side? Not a chance, right? And somehow it happened. We always talk about making adjustments. Maybe both defenses took 4 full quarters in order to get an adjustment. Got 1 good period in for both defenses, and now they go home. You buying tonight?
I thought it was you. I did last week. I did the last 2 weeks.
Oh, I was trying to go for 3.
Dinner on you, my good
Trying
man.
to go for 3.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Bengals defense getting ready to go again. See if they can regroup a little bit. They gave up the touchdown last drive.
And you know from our meetings with coaches all across the league, one of their pet peeves, when teams get down, a lot of these guys now, they want to treat it like it's a video game or something. Hit reset. Let's start over, coach. Now the first 2 series, they don't even matter now. Let's play again. That's not how it works. You're down. You gave up a touchdown. You can't do it again. You have to dig in, grit it out, and fight it out. Reset buttons. It's driving everybody crazy. There are no reset buttons when you're playing in this game.
Preach, Chucky. Preach. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
There we go, a 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Third and 4. First throw of overtime for Wentz. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's Donnie Jones now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Jones. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return, and the Bengals take possession. And out now, here come the Bengals. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And part 1 is done. Now part 2. Hill, the lone setback. And they'll give it to him here. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
But that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Time now for Dalton's turn here in the extra session. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Simple slant route, and partner, really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
They come out here in the eye. They'll run. This is Hill. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. The play fake to Hill. Dalton. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And now a 1st down following that long gain. They'll come out in the pistol. Out of the pistol. Here's Hill. And he is going to lose yardage here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Dalton to Hill on the draw. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a third down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in third and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in third and manageable. They've got a chance at a first down.
Third down from the gun. Dalton. Green's got it over the middle. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And an important spot here as on comes the veteran kicker, Mike Nugent. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goal's from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.